Sex Party with your host, Dustin Rybka.
Hello and welcome to Sex Party. I'm your host, Dustin Rybka. With me on the show this week is adult superstar Lauren Phillips. This is an awesome episode. We've been trying to do this for quite a while. Lauren and I have sort of circled each other at the conventions, done some interviews there, but this is her first time on the show. We're going to talk about her insanely incredible work ethic, how when she is on set, she makes the entire project better, and everybody she's working with is better for having her on set. We talk about her being a MILF and her incredible relationship with her fans, how she blew 37 fans for a Super Bowl stunt. We talk about everything that she has coming up in the future. And at the very end of the episode, we get her opinion on gangbangs, DP, how it feels to have an orgasm in those things, what she prefers. This is an awesome episode. You guys are really going to enjoy it. So without further ado, please enjoy my conversation with Lauren Phillips.
This week's conversation.
Oh boy, it's the hardest working woman in porn. It's Lauren Phillips. How are we doing? Welcome to Sex Party.
Hardest working girl in porn. Wow. Dustin, should that be my new title?
I think so.
Instead of like the ultimate ginger, it's the hardest working woman in porn.
I honestly think you could have many, many titles, and I'm sure you figured this out already, but like, you know, sure, the hardest working woman in porn. I'm sure there's like, you know, some sort of MILF thing you could do. I feel like you could kick a lot of people's asses. So there's that. You could like,
Yeah,
you know.
I just to let you know that I've never been in an actual fight. So to kick someone's ass, unless it's let me call my attorney, that's the only thing that's probably going to happen. Like I've actually never really physically been in a fight ever in my entire life.
That's good.
I'm a good girl. I'm a good girl.
Who would want to fight you though? I mean, come on, you're super nice. We've met each other, I think a year ago. Full transparency, you do some work with a company I do some work with is ProDX Health, home of the Pro 13, all of that.
Yes, so I am their ambassador.
Yes, you are. And of course the lovely Erica Icon, you know, she's brought us together, and so we love her. But let's just say, okay, for the last 15, 20 years, 10 years, there's somebody who has been in a coma from like, maybe they drank too much coffee, right? Maybe they drank too much espresso. They went into a coma, and for the entirety,
coma.
yeah, it happens to the best of us. But let's just say that they have not been around, so they haven't been fortunate enough to see your career grow. They don't know who you are. They don't know what you do, but they just woke up and they're like, I'm watching this dumb podcast, and this guy has got this woman on. For those people, could you talk a little bit about who you are and what you do?
I feel like this is how I wake up every morning. Oh, who am I? What do I do?
Yes.
What is this?
Yeah.
Is this my house?
Why are all these cameras here? Yeah.
I'm Lauren Phillips, and I am a adult actress. I've been in the adult industry for, it's going to be 13 years soon.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, I know. I am originally from New Jersey, South Jersey, close to Philadelphia. I was born and raised there. I lived there for 25 years. And then when I wanted to get into this amazing industry, January 1st, 2013, packed up my car and drove to Florida all by myself. So I did a couple amateur pro videos or movies. And I started out as a full-time cam model on Chatterbait because I wanted to stand out and build my fan base before I went into mainstream adult films. So the film and cam industry were not blended yet. So it was not a thing yet. So I did that for 2.5 years in Florida. After that, I was ready to go to LA. So 2015, I packed up my stuff again and flew and shipped it to LA. And I lived in LA for, God, I think about 6 or 7 years. And then growing my career and sticking to my guns of being a tall, curvy ginger. And I was known for America's favorite ginger, and then I was known for the ultimate ginger. I wanted people, when they think of ginger, they think of me. And it just started branching out. So during the pandemic, I did move to Vegas, and I stayed in Vegas for a bit. And then I moved back to LA, and that's where I'm at right now in LA. And I just grown my career. I've done amateur videos, amateur pro. I've done professional mainstream films. I've done camming. I've done fetish. Oh my God, I've been on every platform ever. I've been a content creator before they even called it a content creator. It was called a clip
Right.
artist. But let's reinvent ourselves.
They
Let's
called
see
it a
what
clip
else.
artist?
Yeah, there's
Oh,
actual
okay.
title. It was called Clip Artist, and uh, even Expo Miami and all the other ones would do clip artists, not content creators. It was a clip artist, and
Okay.
that's what a
All
clip
right.
artist is. It's a content creator.
Yeah.
You're creating clips. You're a clip artist. But it was there. Let's see, what else did I do? I've done so much stuff. I feature dance now, and I am building this LP empire slowly but surely.
Yeah, I mean, that's a hell of an introduction. You don't practice that, do you? That's fucking
I
that's
thought I
fucking
literally just was like, this is me.
Yeah, no, that's so rad. And well, I mean, most people are probably here listening or watching. I mean, if we're still on YouTube, I have no fucking idea at this point
I,
because censorship is a thing, and sex
yeah,
party, whatever. Hmm. Yeah,
I
it's
heard
not
they're
good,
being
but
strict.
yeah, they're cracking down. But then they give some people their channels back, and they assign them like a rep. So like, YouTube, what's the deal? Where's my rep? But I think most people are here in the audience because they already know who you are and they're excited because you have a rabid, loyal, large fan base. And
Oh,
I think, oh my God, I
thank
think
you.
that, well, I think you've earned that. I think everything you just said wasn't easy. Not, you're
No,
moving in a triangle formation, number one. And, when I said you're the hardest working woman in porn, like I meant that because I think every time I see you, you're like signing at the thing. You've got new scenes coming out. You're going to feature dance somewhere, but then you might come back and do a photo shoot and also do this and also do this and then be back at the fucking
yeah,
show earlier than anybody else,
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So like your
I
work
definitely like
ethic
to
is
push
bonkers.
myself.
Yeah. Yeah. But also too, like I feel like you were early to that in terms of with OnlyFans and content creation, Fansly, whatever they're doing, and on top of mainstream, you have to work your fucking ass off if you want to stay in that zone, if you want to stay relevant.
Yeah, yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. Hmm.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, and like you were doing that already. And I remember, Jesus, I don't know when this was. There was some, this is like long before I started the podcast, but there was like you did something with someone else where it was like a
Story of
Super
my,
Bowl thing.
I was like, story of my life. No, you did something with somebody else. Yes, that's all over the internet. I do things with people all the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. It was a
But you're,
Super Bowl thing. Yeah. Tell me about that. Cause I think a lot of people found you through that.
so I did an event called Team BJ. And basically it was the biggest Team BJ they ever had. And basically what it was is we did the Super Bowl, and I did a lot of research because I really wanted to win. We picked 4 teams, and if you followed us on Twitter, because at the time Instagram wasn't a big thing. It was Twitter or
Right.
X. Sorry,
What we call Twitter.
rebranding. Call Twitter.
Yeah. It's always going to be
Um,
Twitter.
then if one of our 4 teams won the Super Bowl, you would get a blowjob. And that ended up being we called it the big game. It ended up being the first Super Bowl to go into overtime. The Patriots won. And then we had a whole big event in Vegas. You had to get tested through iknowmystatus.com, which is talent testing. It had to be 7 days. 7 days? It was either 3 or 7 days. It was shorter than what we do in the industry. You had to sign a 2257 and a model release form because we were going to tape it. And if you didn't want your face to be shown, you could just wear a mask. Super chill. And we had, it was 37 guys, took 4 hours.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, when you saw that they won, you're like, this is, we're going to be doing this shit. Were you like, oh shit? Or were you like, hype?
It is so funny because the my friend that did it with me, we were on the phone and I was like, I thought they were going to lose. And I was like, what the fuck? I can't believe this. And as fast as I did that was as fast as they went in overtime. I was like, what?
Yeah, of course.
I did all this research. They're supposed to win. It was a crazy thing, but it was amazing. It was so much fun. And we ended up, me and my friend ended up feature dancing at Deja Vu that night. It was a long day.
Yeah.
Long day. We were exhausted by that time. But we did photos. We did video. It was crazy. 37 guys. I think 4 of them popped twice.
Oh shit.
It was insane. We had, we were getting interviewed by reporters. This one pretty like mainstream, like people on YouTube were talking about it. It was like crazy. And it was fun. We can't do it anymore, unfortunately.
Wow. Well, that's the thing is like, that was the first time I think that I had heard the name Lauren Phillips in the mainstream. And I was like, I remember, I don't know why, I would watch the game somewhere and I was like, this can't be real. You know what I mean? This can't be, because you know, and then like you guys came out and said, we're doing it. This is what it takes. This is whatever, go get tested, all the things. And I was like, I just remember thinking back then, like, God damn, like way to see something through, you know? So I had that impression of you back then before I ever even met you.
We were going to do, so we tried to do soccer, and I told them that we shouldn't have done soccer because not saying all Americans, but soccer isn't really popular in America. I had told them that we should have done baseball because baseball is America's favorite sport and baseball is like the shit. So we tried to do soccer, and that's when the FOSTA and SEPTA law had hit. So we couldn't do it because it'd be considered, it was a blurred line of considering it of human trafficking.
Oh, geez. God, guys, way to get so
and
serious.
And we actually were debating, we were going to do it in Europe. We were just like, fuck it, we'll just do it in Europe. Because I was like, well, most of these teams the fans are in Europe. So we should do it in Europe. But we couldn't find, we're all like, I didn't really know a lot of people at that time in Europe. And you have to find like, we would have to get there. We have to find a location to do it. And we would have to make testing there. Supposedly at that time was different when it's not as different anymore. Like all they had to do was go through child testing. But it was just becoming this. I was like, because I wanted to do it. If we would have done baseball, I wanted to go and do it in New Jersey. And I was like, let's go back to my home state and do it where it's supposed to. Because we did it in Vegas. And I was like, we need to go and start traveling this and do it somewhere else than Vegas. Yeah. And especially when like Exotica, New Jersey is like the biggest thing ever. But I would love to do it again. I don't know if we can anymore. It sucks. It was so much fun. God, it was crazy. So 37 guys. I remember we had knee pads because you're on our knees, and everyone's like, "Oh my God, did your jaw hurt?" And I was like, "No, my neck actually hurt. It wasn't my jaw because like when."
Yeah.
And everyone wants to look at your eyes when you're sucking their dick. So, so my neck was killing me by the time I was done.
Yeah, I bet. And then you go dance afterwards. So when these guys, when they come, were they coming in your mouth, on your face, on your tits? Was it a thing that you had?
Anywhere.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah.
Anywhere.
And so then you guys shower off and then you go to the fucking club and tear it up.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah.
It was crazy.
That's a very, very long day. Yeah. And now
Yeah,
see,
it was
like,
so long.
and I feel like, I mean, now, you know, there's at the moment, there's a lot of group shit where it's like you have the Lily Phillips and the Bonnie Blues and whoever that's doing all the different group stuff. But you were doing that was what, 2015, 2013, 2014, something like
That was
that?
2000. I think we did that in 2016 or 2017.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I was way off, but still, it was still before.
My career started in 2013.
Yeah. Well, to me, 2013 was like a month ago. So
yeah.
I don't know what's happening anymore. Okay. And you've had this insane career. Like you listed off a lot of the things that you've done, right? And I think you started on Chatterbait, which I think we'll get to, because I'd like to do an origin story towards the end. Because why would I do that in the beginning, right?
Right.
You have new scenes dropping all the time. You just had a scene, Naughty America's porn star experience, and then you had another one, right? Because I'm looking at the notes from Erica Icon at the Rub PR. Shout out.
Thank you.
Yeah. So what was this latest scene like? Tell me all about it.
So Naughty America was shot with Rodolfo in Las Vegas, and it was fun. It's so funny because like I love working with Naughty America so much. I've worked with them for years.
Yeah.
And I can't tell you who the male talent is because they don't like you doing that. So,
really?
But my male talent was very, sweet. I worked with him before. Super great. It was a very, was it an easy day? Yes. But we ended up having like one of the hiccups we had is because it's the porn star experience. So it's supposed to have this like in a hotel feel. The one time, because they decided when we had to do this, the hotel decided not to let us check in early. So instead of getting done when we were supposed to, because I had to, I told him, I was like, I have to be done at a certain time. I'm flying to go feature dance that Friday. And we ended up getting pushed a little bit, but we got it done.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like a pro. But it was fun. Like a pro.
So it's you guys in a hotel room just going at each other.
Yeah.
Basically, right? So, and that brings up a great question, right? We'll just set this off. And again, most people already know the answer to this. So are you like a dominant person, submissive person, or do you switch around?
I'm a switch, naturally. So like I'm more dominant on camera now just because I know kind of what I'm doing, and that's usually what's asked for me now. But in my personal life, I can be pretty submissive sometimes.
Go on. What do you mean sometimes?
I can be feisty. That's my problem, is that I'm feisty. I don't think it's, well, maybe not a problem, but
you said it. I did not say that.
It's just people have to know. So like, so I can be a little, I guess, feisty. I can be a little brat sometimes.
Okay. So
I like
bratty, feisty. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you think, at what point do you relinquish that, where you're just like, okay, you got me, I'm going to be submissive? Does someone have to?
You have to earn it.
Okay. How would they earn it?
If they can fucking dom me, then they earned it.
Oh, okay.
If you can't train a brat, then maybe you shouldn't be with one.
That's a good point. That's a really good point, actually. Yeah.
But I don't live the lifestyle. So like once in bed, but in the bed, yes. And maybe if we go to like expos or like have our thing, like where
Sure.
it's downtime, yes. But once I'm working, I'm me.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like you have to kind of like,
Some
there
people
has to
live the
be,
lifestyle. Some people
yeah.
live it. So I just don't live it. No.
Yeah. Did you try doing that? Like being just like a one speed one? And how
Yeah.
long did that, how long did that last?
Didn't last that long.
Yeah.
Because I had
Well,
someone trying to dom me and I was working. And when I'm working, I don't, unless you're helping me with something, I really don't like to be bothered.
okay.
Like, I joke around every once in a while, like, it's because I take breaks and stuff. But, like, oh, I want you to do this. I'm like, I'm fucking working right now, dude. I ain't doing shit for you.
Yeah, that tracks. I
Because
feel
you
like
have
that
to
tracks.
remember, I have a ton of fans that are asking me to do things too.
Yeah.
So like, and it's, I have like, let me have a second. So, like if I had a downtime and then you were like, oh, I want you to do this, then I would try to figure it out. But when I'm working, I'm working. Mm-mm.
Yeah. Well, of course. Yeah. And I think, that just goes to your professionalism, I think, because I don't know, some people do get confused, I think a little bit, where it's like, they're just one kind of vibe all the time. And I think, I don't know that, or they say they are, maybe they aren't telling the truth or whatever, but
I definitely work a lot.
yeah. You think so? Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
Someone keeps telling me I'm the hardest working lady in porn. So I don't.
Well, okay. Well, that person didn't say lady
Woman,
yeah,
woman. Sorry,
yeah.
woman.
Hey, I think it's true. We can debate it this whole episode if you like, but I'm not letting you talk me out of it. Okay. Um. So, what makes Lauren Phillips excited, like for work wise? Okay, you get an email or an offer, a call, or your agent does, or whatever. Like what style? Because I feel like you have done so much, and you've been good at winning awards and racking up accolades. But besides all of that, like what gets you excited? Like what turns you on? What kind of stuff do you like to do?
On camera or in my personal life?
Camera.
Camera. I'm still an exhibitionist from the beginning, so
Yeah.
just being on camera is hot. I love the scenes. I love it switching up all the time. It's never the same. Like it's the same. Like it's the same, but it's not the same. So it's like the format of filming usually is the same, but like the different scenarios and people I'm working with and stuff like that, like is usually pretty different. Like I'm shocked. I'm usually pretty shocked if I'm like, it's very rare that I be fucking the same person multiple times either in a week or in a month. It does happen, but not all the time. So like,
Okay.
but I just like that it switches things up. It keeps things like different.
So variety.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who doesn't like some variety? You're right.
Yeah, right. Who
Yeah.
doesn't like to be a good whore?
Yeah. I mean, and that helps when you're banging a different person, every other shoot or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you enjoy the acting side of it? Do you enjoy having like a storyline or not so much? You don't really care.
I love the acting part of it. I do. I can get a little too involved sometimes, though, depending on the script. I'm like, all right, so my character has a background, like, oh, this is my, the kind of explain, like, it's like, this is my stepdaughter. And for some reason, her father that I married left. And I got to keep her for some reason. Some deadbeat dads out there left us. And oh my God, my poor daughter. And we've been together for this long and surviving for this long. And blah, blah, blah. And I'm like,
And now I have to fuck her? Yeah, exactly.
if I really care about her, I'll make sure she feels loved.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So when you go to them do you go to them with notes like that? Like why? What's my motivation here?
I will. Sometimes I will
Yeah.
ask, depending on if the scenario isn't as clear. I'm like, why am I getting stuck in the washer again? Like, I don't understand. Like, why am I stuck in here? Why am I dumb enough to get stuck in here that I can't figure to get myself out? So, do you want me to act dumb because I can? But am I acting frustrated? It's like stuff like that. Like, I'm like,
Yeah.
like I will like ask, like, what, like, where's the clothes? Like, why is there no clothes in here? So I went into the dryer or the wash or whatever. I got stuck in the dryer and there's no clothes in there. So why would I put my, like, it's stuff like that. Like, I'm like, if we're going to do this right, let's make it realistic. Like, give me a chain where like my necklace gets stuck.
Ooh, that's good.
Like, or like, something gets stuck, something like, give me something that gets stuck and we can maneuver.
Yeah.
Like, maybe my hair gets intertwined with something. We have to all of a sudden he fucks me and it gets loose. Then, like that's like stuff like
Yeah.
that. Like, yeah. When it's stuff like that, I gotta have to talk about. I gotta be like, all right, let's
That's
explain this to
smart.
me.
That's really smart. And then
Mhm.
that's exactly why I'm asking these questions, because I think that we're in a day and age of porn where, I don't know, I think people really, it's not like they're watching it to completion to see what happens if she got into college or not or whatever the fuck. But like, it's like when there's a storyline, no matter how corny, I do feel like there's a pull there. So as an actor, someone who's in the scene themselves, I just wonder like how involved you get in that storyline. So that's fucking great.
It depends on the person. Like, obviously, I had someone tell me one time, a marketing person say, Lauren, you're really good at acting ditzy. But when they talk to you, you're not. And it's like, yeah. So, like, I can be like, oh my God, that's so,
Yeah.
what do you mean? I don't understand. But then, yeah. So it's hilarious. I took that as a huge compliment.
Yeah, I think that's great. It just goes to show like you're just on your shit, I think.
Yeah.
Obviously. But is there any type of porn that you like doing more than the other type of porn? Like, are you more into the roles where you are dominant, or you would rather be submissive, or it doesn't matter, or depends?
I would love for them to put me with someone that I could be submissive, but it never happens. Never. It has to be a really good veteran that has been in the industry forever. But when they give these like newbies or someone, oh, I've been in the industry for 5 years. Yeah, but pandemic doesn't count, sweetheart. Like,
Okay. Yeah.
like, we weren't shooting for most of that time. So
Yeah, it's like
so
LeBron's
technically,
bubble ring. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, it's like, so yeah, technically you've been in the industry for like maybe 2-3 years instead of 5.
Yeah.
Um, I haven't, it's a very, very rare for somebody, nowadays to be able to dom me. But, I'm right now enjoying the stepmommy stuff. I love saying mommy.
Okay.
I like
Okay.
saying good boy. I like
Yeah.
good girl.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, at what point did the MILF roles start coming your way in your career?
God, I was 28 and I lied about my age on my profile and my agency saying I was 33. So,
I mean, you look way
so
young.
28.
You look way. I
Thank
mean, you,
you.
you look way young now. So what I'm saying is like, yeah. So okay. So that so the MILF stuff starts happening, and you just embrace the shit out of it.
I think the youngest MILF. That actually was getting MILF roles. That was like, I literally lied and made myself older to get it. And then I would
Oh
be there
shit.
already. And
Yeah.
we would do our bunny ears and he'd be like, how old are you? I'm like, 28.
Okay, so you do enjoy the MILF stuff, because that's a lot of. I mean, I feel like it breaks down into categories. Some people are like, I love it. Some people are like, and
Well,
that
I was a nanny before I did this. So I'm so used to like boss around kids anyway. And that's basically
yeah,
like,
pretty much.
I've only been in it for 3 months. Don't worry, sweetheart. Just follow me and I'll make sure you look good.
Yeah. Yeah, see, and so now you're like, we're talking like mentor shit, because I feel like if anybody had a scene with you, guy or girl, they'd be just fine, because
Yeah.
you would just kind of take
It
the
it
reins and
was
do the
like
thing.
that when I first started too. Like I was with veterans that probably was like, holy shit. I just didn't when I was younger, when I first started, I wasn't so like there's a difference between now and then. So when I was first beginning, I respected people to a point where they knew better. They knew they already kind of knew. So I would follow them naturally, and I never kind of was like, oh, I know what I'm doing. I just kind of was like, okay, I'm still getting used to this, and they knew that. Where I feel like nowadays they think because they shoot with OnlyFans and they do their own thing and stuff like that that they know what they're doing, and then they don't because they don't know how to. At the end of the day, it's about making ourselves both look good. It's not about them. It's not
Yeah,
about like just one person. It's about making the entire team look good.
yeah,
It's not about that. And the thing, we do this not like we do, yes, to like get off, but I do it because I want my fans to get off. So I want to give something that my fans are going to like too. So like there's a lot of people that I'm thinking about when I'm shooting. And my goal when I got on set, and this has been my goal every time, is that I want to make everyone look good. That is my job, is to make sure we have an easy, smooth, early, fun day. So when people see me on the roster, they're like,
we're
we're
good.
gonna have a
Yeah,
great day. We're good. Lauren's gonna like. I'm the type of girl. I broke my foot on set and still did my scene. That's the type of person. That sounds like female performer of the year shit. That's what I'm talking about.
yeah, it does. It does. You're making this podcast look good right now. So like, I mean, come on, right? Yeah, and
So like,
it's hustle shit.
it is.
You always, whether it's 37 dicks years ago or you hitting every convention and fucking, feature dance moment now and shooting all this stuff in between. I think that's what you and your brand, you as a person and your brand to me is like someone who is really good at what they do, but they're not just going to stop there. They're going to make you look good too. I think you nailed it for sure. Yeah.
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 Like I'm here to make everyone look good. I don't mind. I just, especially the crew and stuff like that. They're my family now. Like I haven't been on set for like almost a month, and I'm going crazy right now. So I'm like, I was like, I gotta, come on, July.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
told, like I said, I told that doctor, I'm like, I'm getting back to work in July.
Yeah. Yeah. You're nursing a
Done.
broken foot right now. You're in recovery.
It's not broken.
Okay.
It is
All right.
healed. It has a screw in it.
Oh,
It's
okay.
just not fully healed.
Well, you're gonna get there. You're gonna get there. So you've been okay. So while it was healing with the screw in it, right?
Yeah, it's healing right now.
It's well, I can feel it. It's healing. It's like it's in the ether. You're gonna get there, right? Have you been able to shoot like just OnlyFans stuff, like, or like what are you doing anything like shooting wise? I feel like you're probably going nuts, like you said.
Yeah, I am. It's really hard for me to shoot right now because I can't walk. So I tried shooting customs by myself, and it took me like 4 customs took me 3 hours. So I was like, fuck this. I hired a camera guy, and we boomed out all my customs
Oh
in
wow.
6 hours.
So that had to make you feel a lot better.
Yeah, I actually finished editing them yesterday. So all that's done. And I can be like, so I'm, yeah.
No,
But
good for
it's
you.
just like, it was hard. And I'm trying now I used to when I was in Vegas, and I did this a little bit before I moved to Vegas as well, is that I used to like, Snapchat was a big thing, right? And premium Snapchat before it got ruined.
Yeah. Yeah.
No comment.
Oh yeah. Google
And but I used to shoot like I would shoot like God, 8 minutes, maybe 8 to 10 minute, like middle amateur clips on my phone. Cause I personally don't like amateur when I do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just for the fans only. I prefer pretty porn.
Yeah.
But I used to do it sporadically throughout the day. So like my morning clip, I would do an evening clip, and then I would do a night clip, and it would kind of like, and I always had 3 clips no matter what. So if I did go on vacation or I slipped, I always, 3 days, if you have 3 clips, it just tallies up after a while. And I stopped doing that. So I'm trying to get back into it. So now I have like some ring lights in certain places, and I try to take at least 10 photos, maybe 20. That's pretty a lot. And then, and I do still have my premium Snapchat actually. But I try to shoot it just like that now, where I might not even get naked. It's more of like, I'll do a JOY or, good morning. I used to tape. It's funny because before like these, let's have the high end cameras, I used to just like shoot everything. Like if I
Yeah.
was going to masturbate, I was going to shoot it. If I was taking a shower, I was going to shoot it. I remember shooting clips when I was shaving my legs. And I used to tape peeing scenes that, oh my God, I have to go to the bathroom so bad. Even when I was traveling, I would uh do shoots things there and be like, oh my God, I'm in the stall. Like we have to hurry up and let's do this really quick. And I would do like an 8 to 10 minute clip. And for some reason, I think life got in because my fans kind of know, like I've had a kind of rough couple years, and I've been really trying to be ahead of it. And I think life happened, and and my business started growing, and I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? The empire that I've been dreaming of is now coming true. And now I'm trying to be like, all right, how do I run this business and still be the adult star, the content creator, and the face of it, and then delegate it. So I'm still learning how to do that. It's really hard. It's really, really hard.
Well, I think you just touched on something like major that it doesn't even matter if people are in the adult space, because this is something that I've felt a little bit, but I know other people in other businesses as well. Like here comes life right at the wrong moment, right? And so what would you say that you've learned? Like, what advice would you give to somebody who's going through something like that?
My best advice is don't avoid the feeling. Feel your feelings, all right? Get therapy. Take a week off. I think sometimes taking off and just shutting things down is probably a good thing. Um, but my main thing is, and I'm still trying to get to drain this into me and make it a habit, is don't let somebody control your life with
Yeah.
your, like, because people are always going to try to hit you with your through your emotions. Don't let your emotions dictate your life.
Yeah. That's
Like,
smart.
I think that's been the hardest. And I'm a huge procrastinator, and I do let my emotions sometimes get to me where it hurts that I can't work, and I just I'll do it tomorrow. So I'm trying to get that out of my habit of, oh, let's do it tomorrow. No, I make a list of things that I'm going to do, and my goal is to accomplish those.
Yeah, because the emotions, I mean, everybody, you're a human. And so and it's hard to sometimes even figure out when someone's kind of in there manipulating you a little bit, you know?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's really like it's hard, and I get it. It's like, trust me, I'm still trying to figure it out of how to do things. Like my emotions, like especially with my foot, I have really good days and I'll be motivated, I get things done. Da, da, da. And when I first started, my foot was first broken, I had my surgery, and I didn't have my knee scooter yet, and I had crutches, and I couldn't do anything, and I felt so bad. Like my family's here, and they're trying to do things, and what people don't process though is that we're used to doing things ourselves, so it has to be maneuvered mentally of how you're going to handle this. Don't just do things for me, but like just give me as I am an adult, hey, how can I help you today? What needs to be done? Give me a list, and then stuff like that. Where I had a breakdown. I think I cried several times, being devastated. I wasn't sleeping well, and now and then the days kind of kept going, and I kind of pushed through it. And I would have a really good day. I would have days where sporadically I might be upset. Now it's like I get really good days, and sometimes I'm like, this is fucking annoying. I want to fucking walk. And I tell that to my doctor every day.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah,
So,
I'm sure. Yeah. Well, I think that's fucking, again, it's fucking perfect
I'm
advice.
human. I'm
Yeah.
human.
Yeah.
So habits aren't built overnight. So you have to acknowledge, this is maybe something I don't want, and I want it to do this. So I don't want to say it's a problem and a solution. It's more of a, this is a habit that I don't want, and I want to create a new one. A better one.
Yeah. And that takes time. It takes time.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for that. Cause I think that we love pieces of advice from people like yourself who are hardworking and get the fucking shit done no matter what. But still take time to take care of themselves. Right. And, cause that can be really, really tough for everybody, especially in this hustle culture, weird time that we're alive in. You did mention customs and OnlyFans and all of that. So 2 questions there on the content creation side. One, what's the most common request that you get on OnlyFans? That's the first question.
Are you talking about clips or something, or what do you can you be more specific?
Sure. What would you say people ask for the most on OnlyFans? Hey, I want you to do a blank or whatever. Is there one thing that comes
it's
to
either jerk off instructions, so JOI, or a dick rating video. They're my top 2.
Okay. So for the JOI, for the jerk off instructions, is it always you being dominant telling them what to do, or is it always somewhere else?
It can be playful. Sometimes I'm not super dominant. I'm not oh, you need to do this, blah, blah, blah. No, sometimes and stuff and it's more playful.
Right. Yeah. Cause I feel a lot of JOIs are they're kind of dommy, and which I get. I mean, I guess some people are into that shit, but
it does have telling someone how to jerk off their dick is pretty dominant.
Yeah, it is kind of dominant. But see, I always was where are the submissive ones? Where the woman's submissive, but then I'm I guess it's
But you can't really be submissive and tell someone what to do.
Yeah, that's true.
So the only way you could probably make it submissive is if instead of it being a JOI, it's kind of would be more of a how to fuck me in a more asking for it. Can you?
Yeah. See, you figured it out.
So it would be a jerk off encouragement.
Jerk
I guess
off
would be more submissive.
JOE. Mm-hmm. Joe. Begging, yeah. That's good. Yeah. Good. Yeah, that's really good. Yeah. Leave it to Lauren Phillips to figure it out. Okay, and then you said dick ratings. This is fascinating to me.
I am a professional dick rater.
Okay, so walk me through how you remain walk me through how you remain truthful. Because I've heard a lot of stories, right, about these guys send their dicks, and males, we want to show our dicks and stuff. So then
you do.
They send you a picture of their dick, and if it's a great dick, sure, it's easy to tell someone that's a great dick, right? But if it's maybe on the smaller side, how do you handle that?
I think I'm an actress.
Oh my God. Okay. All right. So, so are you telling them I'm
not going to tell you what I tell them. I have fan and actress confidentiality. But I
Okay.
would never, ever invade someone's privacy that
Well,
way.
I just meant in general, like, because,
It depends on what they want. So some people, like, you have to remember, I'm not going to humiliate somebody
oh, I know.
if they don't want to be humiliated. So if they want a small penis humiliation, they're going to tell me.
Sure.
Because I'm never going, because remember, I don't know their trauma. So if someone doesn't want that and they do have a small dick, I'm not going to be like, what the little thing is that? Like, and that doesn't get them off.
Well,
Like,
I know you would never
would be,
do that.
that would be horrible. But I do not give nines or tens at all.
Okay. What's the reasoning there?
Because I don't believe in perfection.
Yeah, see, that's great. This is great. Yeah, I think that's really smart, because the answers that I've gotten before is, oh, I just find the positive in the dick. There's always something positive, whether it's a vein or the color or whatever. And I'm like, oh, cool, I get it. But so they're like, here's my dick. Tell me some of them come with instructions, like to you. Okay, that's very, very interesting.
It's called an actress. I'm still trying to maneuver.
Yeah, you got to give yourself some room to flex.
They're trusting me. I'm a fantasy,
Of course,
So, like, I'm not going to rate it as if I was like Lauren. I'm going to rate it as Lauren Phillips.
So you're giving a number.
Lauren Phillips, I give a number and I give a description and I tell them either I want to do something with it or what I like about it.
Okay. Well, now hopefully they finish this episode before they run over there and fucking start snapping away. Yeah, exactly. Hang on, guys.
I think it's funny how, like, to touch on it, that I don't know. I guess I should talk to a male talent, because it's never really happened to me. But guys will send dick pics all the time, right? They want their dicks rated, but you don't see a fucking chick saying "rate my pussy."
No, you don't. No, you don't.
We don't care what you think about our pussy. We have the pussy, and we know you want it.
Yeah, and I think women just know that if some dude doesn't, if it thinks her pussy is a 3 or something, there's 1,000 other guys who think it's a fucking 8 or a 9, right? So, like, women have more choice. Women run the world, just so everyone knows. Like, might not be up front, but like behind the scenes, women are the ones that are like, behind the curtain. So get over it, guys.
Every good leader has a woman by his side.
Yeah. Of course. If they don't know that, then now they do. Okay, so pivoting, staying in the OnlyFans game here for a second. And again, I'm not gonna say weird. I'm not gonna say strange. I'm not gonna like yuck anybody's yum. I don't believe in that. I think it's all good. But like, what is some of the what's like the wildest or wilder like requests that you've got on OnlyFans?
What do you consider wild?
Well, what do you consider wild, Lauren Phillips? You know what I mean? Like,
so it's so funny because my wildest request actually wasn't on OnlyFans. It was before OnlyFans, because actually custom clips were like what they are now is so different than what I was making way more money on custom clips before OnlyFans. OnlyFans ruined customs. Ruin them. You want to know why? Because they let the fans dictate everything. And that's not how it's supposed to be. It's so funny. I just had this conversation with somebody. My fans don't dictate my brand, and they don't dictate who I am. They either like me for who I am or they don't, and they go to somewhere else. And that's how it is. I had somebody pay a good chunk of money for a 4-guy gangbang with double vag and double anal. Exclusive.
Okay.
Now, back in the day, just for it to be exclusive, that I couldn't use it anywhere else, was already $1,000.
Yeah.
So, nowadays, like, it's so funny. I literally was just having it so funny. I had this conversation. The devaluing of customs is so low It is crazy that like I have a fan that wants this 1 minute clip, but he wants all of this stuff. And I'm like, I can't do all this stuff in 1 minute. Like, it's just impossible. It's
Yeah.
just impossible. You want me to tell you how to jerk off your dick, strip tease when I do it, play and spread my asshole in 1 fucking minute? Are you fucking crazy?
Yeah, it's a lot.
Like, it doesn't happen like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, you're dick. You ain't gonna be busting a nut in 1 minute either. So like, I always say, give yourself 5 minutes.
Yeah.
5 minutes. It's a comfort zone.
Yeah.
It gives me enough time to give you a solid custom, and it gives you enough time to actually enjoy the video. So like, but like, oh, I want a custom, but like, oh, I don't have like,
Yeah.
I don't, it's not in my budget.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I'm like, in my mind, we all have different lives and have different jobs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's not how much money you make.
Mm-hmm.
It's how you budget and save your money.
It's
So
very
if you
true.
want something really bad, right? Like my house right here, right? I wanted this really bad, right? I saved up for it to do that. And I work my ass off to keep what I have. So, you just have to save, you have to budget, and you have to like, it might take you months, but like, this is my goal. If you really want something, you do it. But yeah,
for
it's
sure.
crazy. Like that, I think was the craziest ever. And that was before OnlyFans. The OnlyFans, I love OnlyFans to death. Like they're really, like, I've been with them since 2013 and stuff like that. But they have really like devalued our industry completely.
Yeah, and I think too, on the flip side, also still in the same vein, I think some creators, they're not in the mainstream. They might just be like so and so from down the street, right? And maybe they have a little following of dudes in their hometown or whatever it is, right? But then they'll charge like extravagant pricing for everything, like it's $100 a month and blah 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 blah. And I think a lot of that plays into the devaluation of stuff too.
It's always civilians that
yeah.
That and it's the thing is, it's not even my fans. Supporters
Yeah.
are actually great. It's everyone else that thinks they know stuff and they don't.
Yeah.
Like, OnlyFans was fine, where you could literally, now they have to do what, like 100, 200, like they have a limit that you can tip. We used to have unlimited until some fucking mainstream actress had to fuck it over for everybody. And I don't see her going online saying, hey, you know what? I'm so sorry I did that, as she scammed everybody.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Do we want to say who it is, or do we want to stay out of it?
I don't know her. I don't remember her name, actually. It's some ginger. She's a ginger. She was on Disney, wasn't she?
Yeah, it's Bella Thorne.
Bella Thorne, yeah.
I just wasn't sure if we wanted to go there.
No. She should apologize. She should go online and should say, I'm so sorry that I ruined something that was helping other people's income.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Like, you came into our world, right? The adult industry was what keeps and helps support OnlyFans. It's just the mainstream people that came in and was like, oh, this is like extra money for them, right? Like, they're not getting anything, right? They're not going to, I think they're like, unless you're maybe a guy, maybe the girls do it. Like, they get naked on there, maybe, but most of them don't. They're not going to get naked. And if you go on their OnlyFans and you think that they're talking to you and they're getting naked for you, you're delirious. Yeah. Like, you really are. Yeah. Like, but she ruined that. And she and I'll call her out on it, dude. Like, fuck. Like, you've been with Disney, you had your life set up, not saying she's not a hard worker, but can you fucking respect everybody else? It's not all about you. Yeah. It's not all about you. You literally did something that disrupted a platform that was already successful. And you had to scam or ruin something that people wanted their money back for. And then it ruined because of the chargeback. She's either selfish or,
Yeah,
An idiot.
well, she was like she would say, and you're right. She would say things like, I talked about this with someone just recently too, but she'd be like, "Want to see my tits?" And so you'd
Yeah.
be like, "Yeah," and it would be $25 or whatever, $50 or whatever, and it would be her like with her arm over her tits. You can't see her face, and it's like, whoa. So yeah, and then she just moved on to some other platform after that,
Yeah. Because
which
it
is
doesn't affect her because she doesn't give two shits about our industry.
yeah, no, it's fucking crazy. It's just another example of somebody capitalizing on sex workers. Yeah, you're totally
Yeah,
right.
it's and they always do that. Everyone, like anyone that's like, oh, I would love to meet a solid mainstream actor or actress that actually is like kind of gives a shit. But no one really does. Like it's just like in my mind, like I see people doing these things with the mainstreams. I'm like, they don't give two shits about you. They
Yeah,
really don't. Like, like they're not like, yeah, they'll promote you on there. Maybe they'll talk to you for a little bit, and they get their little clout that they want because the adult makes a lot of money, just as much as maybe not just as much as mainstream, but it kind of opens up other doors for them. Maybe they feel rebellious. Maybe they want to do this or something. Like I don't know. I've never been in their mindset, but
yeah,
like, but it's like I'm like at a point. When are we going to stop having them? Like use us? Like it's just crazy, and they ruin it for us. And then you have these OnlyFans influencers that also are like, I'm an adult star. You are not an adult star. You are not an adult star. And if you have not shot at least for 3 months with at least 10 to 20, like let's just say we'll shoot 10 to 15 scenes, I don't consider you an adult star. I personally don't consider 3 months. I think to consider an adult star is at least a year or two. But
okay, yeah,
I know the industry has a short term, the internet has short term attention span. So I can say 3 months. If you do at least 15 scenes, if like it's at a point that platforms are specifically requesting porn stars, and you have to prove that you're a porn star. You have to
yeah,
prove it.
yeah,
I'm like, I was like, you should be able to. We should be held at as a different standard than content creators. I am so sorry. We both have two different jobs. Not saying that theirs is not hard. We all have hard jobs. But my job as a porn star is different than a content creator. Just like when I'm a content creator, my job is different as a content creator than when I'm a porn star.
mm-hmm.
Right? They're two different job titles. My job is different when I'm a cam model. It's another label, right?
Yeah,
So, like, it's just crazy to me
yeah. No, it is
how
crazy.
different it is.
Yeah, well, I just since the beginning of time, it just seems like people come in and they use, like you said,
Mm-hmm.
they use sex workers, and then when the first chance they get, they can toss the whole industry in front of a train. Whether it's a politician, whether it's a creator, whether it's whatever, it's like it's just this long history of people just fucking over sex workers all the time. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think you're totally right. Um, and I
It's
think, and
like
I'm
that.
glad you said
It's
it.
like that movie that just won best film.
Honora,
What was
yeah.
that? Yeah, I was like when I saw. So my friend told me about it, and it was like, I really like you to watch it to see what your aspect on it. And I was like, how did this movie get fucking best film? And like, oh, she was a stripper for like what I think they said like a month or something, or like
Yeah.
2 3 months or something.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! So in let's shoot in the dark. She gave 3 months of her life. Oh, so now you know exactly what it's like to be a sex worker. Really, 3 months? And I look in this film and I was like, this would never. It's so insulting to house girls and strippers that
Hmm.
these are part of my community. That you think that the GM acts like that and they're going to allow some of the stuff that was happening in this movie that's illegal. I was like,
Yeah.
they have
Yeah.
cameras everywhere.
Yeah. And I mean, it's good. I love that you're commenting on in this episode, because these are things that everybody is curious about, wants to know what a real porn star like yourself feels about a movie, about sex work that won. And,
I personally did not like the movie. I actually was going to turn it off if it wasn't for my friend, because I was like, where is this? There was no story. There was no like, it
Right.
was like vlogging, waiting for something to like climatically end. And I already knew what was going to happen from
Yeah.
the beginning.
Yeah.
She's like, with this guy. And I'm like, dude, I'm like, first thing, most house girls are pretty good with their money. Like if they're a veteran, they know their money and they would know marrying some guy. I was like, he doesn't have money. His parent has money. That's not his house. That's his parents' house. I'm like, any sex worker. What? Well, no. All right. Where's this money coming from? And I can tell you right
Yeah.
now, no house girl that I've ever met would ever
Yeah.
bow down that way. Oh, we're going to come after you. I'd be like, fuck, I have nothing anyway. All my shit is yours. So all you're doing is going to attack your shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you can't, like, I'm just like, it's just like, it's not like she has some type of mansion. We're going to ruin you. What are you going to do? Ruin me? You're going to put me to jail because what? Your son was an idiot to marry me and didn't get a prenup? Oh, sounds like you're shit out of fucking luck. I was like, it just didn't make sense. It did not make sense at all to me.
I feel like dancers should teach a course in like financial responsibility because it's so, you're right. It is. They have money radar. There would never. Yeah. Absolutely.
I would never I've hung out with like these ladies at the club when I feature.
Yeah.
And I commend them because their job is way harder than mine, I feel like. And they're saying, no, yours. And I'm like, dude, you come into this club all ready to go, and you have to be judged by every single guy that's in here that's going to try to grab you, and you have to dance as they throw money at you, and then you have to go hustle to try to get private dances, VIP rooms and champagne rooms and stuff like that. So you have to learn how to create a connection.
Yeah.
And have a really good game on doing so to make someone feel special enough to spend money on you. And I was like, I just got a set. I know who I'm working with. I have a script.
Yeah.
All I have to do is bring clothes. I have someone that does my hair and makeup. I commend them. Like strippers, the house girls, my pony princesses, they are,
they're
amazing.
fucking
They're princesses.
Grind. Yeah. Like, and that's,
they are the hustlers.
Yeah. I love strippers. I love dancers. I love, they're the fucking best. Well, a couple questions in that same zone. Let's stay in this zone for a second that I want to ask you. One, and I'll give you a chance to think. It's one of my favorite questions to ask when I have someone who does do feature dancing or stripping or whatever. Do you have a crazy strip club story? Does something come to mind, something wild? I'm going to keep talking for a second while you think of something, but this is one of many, one of two or three, because I want to get to your ambassador stuff too. But like, do you have, it's not every day I get to ask Lauren Phillips if she has a crazy strip club story. So
define crazy. What are you trying to look at?
Just something that shouldn't have happened. Like somebody had too much to drink and like started a fight, or like, I don't know, anything out of the ordinary.
Yeah. So I was doing a private dance with somebody, and the guy was definitely loaded. And he's like, "Oh, don't you know who I am?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who you are. I'm so sorry." And as he's getting a private dance, I'm doing my thing. He whips his dick out. And I'm like, no. Dick goes back in the pants, dude. Hands up. Ain't touching. That's no. And he's like, oh, okay. And he goes in, he's like, don't you know who I am? Like, don't you da. And he whips it out again.
No.
And I'm like, dude, put your dick back in your pants. And I remember putting my foot onto him. And I said, if you don't put your dick in your pants, I'm getting security. I already got your money. You ain't getting it back.
Yeah.
So I think that's the only that's the only crazy thing that I'm like, put your dick back in your pants.
What would you rate his dick? 1 to 10?
because it was out when I didn't want it out.
Yeah.
One.
Okay. Fair enough. Tell me.
Because he didn't ask, which means that's non-consensual.
Yeah, that's fucking rude, man. I hate that shit. It's fucking like, I hate when I hear those kind of stories. But you know, you made it entertaining and funny, and you fucking
he put it away.
I bet. Yeah. Okay. So you were recently crowned the Pony Ambassador. Tell me what it is and what it feels like. Tell me all the things.
All right. So the Pony Ambassador is for the pony clubs and anything that is affiliated with the pony franchise, basically. And there's 36 plus clubs, and Jerry Westland, who is the pony boss, and a dear friend of mine, made this dream happen. I went up to him and I was like, I want to be the Pony Ambassador. I want to be contracted to the pony. And he was like, okay. And basically what we agreed upon is that, obviously he's going to continue to book me. I'm not exclusively booked with Pony. I can book other places, but I am exclusive Pony Ambassador. I am not ambassador any other clubs except for his. And we have a marketing deal together. On top of, I will make special appearance events that is arranged ahead of time. So as I will be feature dancing at Diamonds and Lace in Chattanooga, Tennessee, I am feature dancing, but I'm also staying an extra night where I will be a judge for their pole competition as the Pony Ambassador.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, that's got to feel awesome. Pony Ambassador.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I am the first porn star to be actually contracted to a club.
Well, of course you are.
Out of my knowledge, you know.
Yeah. Well deserved. Jesus Christ.
Thank you.
Also, you are so the other crazy thing that happened this year is Exotica turned 20, and we love Exotica and the team over there. 20 years of Exotica though, that's insanity. You're gonna be at the Miami Exotica, if I'm not mistaken, coming up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So talk about your experience with Exotica. I mean, I've seen you at the last 3 or 4, and you just, you know, you always have a huge line, but you make time for everybody. You always give me some time whenever I come up for an interview. So what does it feel like to see Exotica turn 20 and see your fans?
God, I've been with Exotica almost 13 years as well, because I started Exotica right off the bat. So, like, it's crazy. I started with Chicago, and I'm excited to see that it's still going strong. Mm-hmm. I am excited to go to Miami. I do know that they incorporated my image with it, my photo, which is really great. We have now decided what we wanted to do differently is for me to be more involved with Exotica. So I'm currently this week actually be finalizing my seminar with them. So I'll be doing how to get into the business, and then they had mentioned about me doing something with feature dancing. So which is still in the works of talking.
Yeah, well, that's fucking awesome. Let me know what time that seminar is at. I'll fucking leave my seminar and go.
When I know, you'll know.
Let me know, because I want to sit into that. A couple things I have to ask before we call this a conclusion, and
my phone's about to die.
Yeah, okay, we'll make it fast. You mentioned gangbang. Have you done? I mean, again, we're talking to people who might not know. Gangbangs? Do you enjoy gangbangs? Do you like the DP stuff, anal, like what? Okay. So these are regular items they can find anywhere, right? Yes,
you can find anywhere. I was like, I prefer DPs than anything.
So you prefer DPs over? Okay, so yeah. So I feel like gangbangs are becoming like more mainstream. How do we feel about this?
I don't know. Are they?
I don't know. I feel like everyone's doing a gangbang or they want to do a gangbang, right?
They say they're doing a gangbang. Until I see the gangbang, I'm
This is fucking true. This is true.
Yeah. I'm on my bus. I'm going to go fuck some random guy. Okay.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's all right. Whatever. I mean, you have to show the receipts. Yeah. You cannot say,
as long as everyone is tested and having fun, I have no judgment. But I don't do false advertisement on things.
So what would be your advice to someone who wants to do a gangbang for mainstream or for their own personal, like, you know, whatever, like for, you know, content creation, like OnlyFans or whatever?
Oh man.
Yeah. It's a
Be
tough one.
prepared.
Okay. Could you explain what an orgasm feels like in a DP versus a regular orgasm? Because I feel like this is
There's
a
a lot
question.
more stimulation. So
Yeah.
it's a lot more intense because I'm getting penetrated in both holes instead of just one.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
have way more stimulation.
Yeah. It's wild.
It's like if you like jerk your dick off and you put a butt plug to press on your prostate.
Yeah. It's like a feeling. You just can't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They call that for guys like this, the see God orgasm, I think. Yeah. And
Yeah.
there's a reason. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So you said you started with Chatterbait, right?
Mm-hmm.
We briefly discussed that. Do you recommend when
Yeah.
people wanted to do that they start with Chatterbait? Because I feel like that's like something we don't hear a lot.
I think it depends on the person. So like Chatterbait is a very what's the word? Expedition. That's not the word. I am totally having a brain fart.
Exhibition.
Thank you.
We go. Yeah.
Thank you.
I got you.
Site. So you have to be able to run the show, but it's a lot more like public. Where if you go to other sites, it could be you don't really do anything, and then they take you into a private and you do stuff. So it depends on your thing. And nowadays, would I recommend someone starting on in the cam world to get into the adult industry? Probably not.
Okay.
I probably would recommend them to be a content creator and then work that way up, but actually do it the right way. Like start shooting your own stuff, start just solos, collabs and stuff like that. And then you start hiring a camera guy, build your thing. And then when you start getting a camera guy and you start seeing how to open up, then go into mainstream because then you'll have a lot more knowledge.
Okay. Lauren Phillips, the hardest working woman in porn. Let's tell them not only where they can find you on social media, right? But where, more importantly, where they can find you online and just dump out like suitcases full of cash all over you.
Well, you can just Google me.
Okay.
So Lauren Phillips pops right up. I'm verified on Google. Google loves me.
How'd you pull that off? That's awesome.
If you want, but my social medias are Lauren Fills Up. Also, you can go to lplinks.com, and that's links, linkz.com. And you'll get all of my links. But if you just want me, just go to onlylaurenphillips.com.
We love it. Thank you so much for being with me on the show. Finally, we did it. This is fucking great.
He's like, thanks for not fucking canceling again, Lauren.
No, it's fine. It's just, no, it's not even that. That's not even. I just mean, I've known you, lightly over the past year, and so it's like
this is why we're so great, because I bust his balls every time he sees me. He's like, come on.
But I feel like there's so many interviews actually that'll come out after this where we're going back and forth, and it's just we just have a good back and forth, and like I'm not an easy person. I'll never crack. You can try, but I won't. So like I just think it makes for a good interview. So I can't wait to have you back on the show. So we'll figure that out in the future.
Yeah.
And I will see you at Exotica.
I'll see you at Exotica.
I'll talk soon.
See you later.
Huge thank you to my guest, Lauren Phillips, for being with me on the show this week. Make sure you go check out everything she is doing, not only on social media, but take some cash, go blow it on some of her content. Have a good time. Enjoy yourself. That's what life is all about, right? If you're loving guests like Lauren and you want to see her again, she will be back in the future. But if you're just enjoying Sex Party, you're loving all the guests, you're still on board with all my nonsense, and you want to show the show, you want to show the show some love and some appreciation, some desire, some thirst for more Sex Party. How can you do that? Well, if you're listening to this on platforms like Apple or Spotify, you could leave a rating, you could leave a review. Those things are wonderful, and I enjoy them ever so, right? But the most important thing you can do is to make sure you're subscribed to the show so you never miss a new episode every single Wednesday. If you are subscribed or think you're subscribed on Apple Podcasts, they've been doing this strange thing where they're unsubscribing people from certain shows for whatever reason. We don't know still. So what you want to do is make sure go to Apple Podcasts, you go to Sex Party with Dustin and Rybka. In the upper right-hand corner, if you see a pause button, tap that, toggle on down to resume subscription, resume download, boom, you're resubscribed. If you're watching on YouTube, I love you, I see you, I appreciate you. If you're watching on YouTube, what is your favorite Lauren Phillips scene? Leave it in the comments, but be careful, you're on YouTube and censorship is a thing. If you're loving the show and you're watching on YouTube and you want to show some love, some appreciation, some desire, some hate, some rage, some sort of emotion, what can you do? Well, you could like this video. You could dislike this video. You could do that to all the videos. You could leave a comment, positive or negative, on this video, on all the videos, and I will get back with you. We will go back and forth. We'll have a nice little, conversation. But the most important thing that you want to do is you want to make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you never miss a new episode every single Wednesday. As always, I'm available in the DMs on Instagram. And I will see you all right back here next week.
Thanks for listening. The party continues next week. Click subscribe and let's make this a regular thing. Follow the show on Instagram and Twitter at Sex Party FM. Follow Dustin at Dustin Rybka.